This is Do Baby Podcast. This is Do Baby Podcast, yeah. This is Do Baby Podcast. This is Do Baby Podcast.
Alrighty, guys.
Good morning.
Welcome to an episode of Do Baby Podcast.
Welcome.
Me and Randy here today. Every day.
It's never different. We haven't had a guest in a while.
That's actually very true.
I want
Maybe
to
we
have
should.
a guest.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we should have a guest.
I
soon.
want to have a guest. I've been thinking about if we have a guest, how are we going to make the shot work? But I guess we'll just cross that bridge. One idea, and I'm not going to get into specific technicalities on the show, guys. It's behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, behind. Anyway,
You don't even want to know about that. It's behind the scenes stuff.
Speaking of behind the scenes, we're just talking about Super Troopers, dude. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah. Oh,
Did you ever watch the sequel?
Super Troopers 2?
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm aware. I think now that you say it, I'm being mandalaed right now. But it's like
You don't think it exists or what?
no. But even right now, I'm thinking at the same time, yeah, I remember hearing about it. I don't think I ever saw it, and I'd be like,
I never watched it.
Super Troopers 2 doesn't exist.
It has like a traumatizing effect on me because all the good movies that I liked that it came out with sequels, Zoolander, Joe Dirt, Anchorman, all the sequels suck.
Mm-hmm.
I expected the same thing from
Dumb and
Super
Dumber?
Troopers. Yeah, I expect both sequels sucked.
And saying that, it's like I know what you mean. Like I watched them. Were they entertaining to a certain degree? Like the novelty of it, of just seeing a character and doing another story.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, you're just like, it's not that this isn't good. It's just nowhere near the first one. And if people are going to agree to the idea of like, well, yeah, it's never going to be. I'm like, well, then what's the point?
Yeah,
What's the point? And of course, they say, well, you don't know until you make it.
exactly. Yeah.
But
I mean,
I think you know.
Some of them you know.
yeah, I think you know, dude.
Yeah.
Don't fucking lie.
Like,
dude.
don't act like you don't know.
And so you're
You
just saying
know.
part two of like movies in general, or
It's
movies like that, where it's just like a random good story character of whatever it is, and then for some reason they
Yeah.
just tell you another story fucking 20 years later.
Well, for one, I think there's hardly any sequels that are better than the first.
No, I agree.
That's
I know
not-
you're saying
a
it's not
very-
impossible.
and especially, yeah, exactly. And especially, I'm not saying these movies are great,
Mm-hmm.
but these are movies I grew up with, so maybe they have like a nostalgia on top of being like good movies. Like I said, Joe Dirt, you know what? No, Joe Dirt's like a solid 8.
The first one?
Yes.
Me, it's like in the
8.5,
it's in the
yeah.
nines. For me,
Yeah,
it's
I was
like
gonna
9
say,
between 10. Like
but
as far as just a comedy movie, a movie in general.
If I'm taking out my nostalgia and just something I grew up on, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm being like biased in that sense, I'd say like 8.5.
I could show that movie like to my kids when it's age appropriate for them,
Yeah.
and they would think it's funny.
That movie's raunchy, dude.
Yeah, it is. It's
It's
super. I remember
raunchy.
seeing some of that stuff like that for the first time I was 14, and even if it's in a joke sense and they don't show anything, I'm like, they're having sex.
Dude, they're talking about shoving road flares up Joe Dirt's butt.
Joe talks about possibly deliberately having sex with his sister.
Yeah,
you're all
dude.
like, what?
Twice, knowingly.
What? Yeah, but then they're like, she's not my sister. But, and I don't. Of course, it's like it's a joke. But the fact that I'm like, a guy's joking about
Yeah.
having sex with his sister, like,
You don't get turned on by acting like you're my sister? What, you think I'm some kind of perv?
oh, maybe that's just like, okay, I don't know if I would ever purposely show my kids that movie. But I mean, even like, oh, they're like 22, 23. It's like if they saw it on TV, my kids, I'm sure they would. There's movies now like Nacho Libre, like some movies just hold, and it doesn't matter when it comes out because if it's liked over generations of
Yeah.
people, then it's just one of those things. I'm like, oh, well, they hit something here. It's just you can't. This is never going to change. This is funny. Farting before you jump is funny. If you don't think that's funny, dude, like you might be depressed.
Dude,
Go see
I
a doctor. That's
I
probably a good
I say
barometer.
the same thing every time. Like everybody's like, don't you get tired of that? And I'm like, no, dude, it doesn't ever get tiring.
I guess
I
that
was
is-
like, you
that's-
get tired of it happening to you. There's a difference. I was like, for me, it's just great every time.
It's less likely to enter the zeitgeist of a girl's humor because there are women that would say that's funny.
Yeah.
But they're every woman to after a certain while. Well, I guess even men to where like
Fucking immature.
yeah, like grow up.
Yeah, exactly.
Grow up, guys. It's time to grow up. It's time to grow up. Farts aren't funny anymore.
Yeah.
Grow up. You're all like fucking bitch. And then everyone laughs. And then everyone laughs. And then she
And I'm
walks away,
like-
she's like, fucking idiots.
And I'm like, dude, because one girl, that's funny because a girl at work said something the other day, and I was like, no. She was like, you don't ever get tired of it, and I was like, no. And I was like, and when you get angry about it, it's even funnier. I was like, imagine telling somebody the story that you got pissed off because some guy was making fart noises at you. I was like, you know how dumb you sound right now.
It's like either I'm laughing with you or at you. And you know, don't bother me none.
Don't bother me none.
You can write your comments on that chair and then sit on it, and then I'll be back later.
I like to, whenever I'm cooking, I like to be like, yeah, if you like, you can leave your comments here, and I open up the oven and the fire.
All the fire.
Write down your little comments, put them right there in our little comment box right here. We'll get to it.
We'll get to them when they're done.
Yeah. But anything new going on this week? Watch any new movies or anything?
Well, we went from Joe Dirt, but we didn't get get to
Joe Dirt. Oh,
I
we
wa-
didn't do it at the beginning.
what I was going to tell you about Super
Super
Troopers,
Troopers.
because that's what we started with.
Yeah.
Well, we were just talking about it before the show, and even as a kid, when I first saw that movie, Super Troopers, and the scene where in the beginning where they're getting pulled over in the car
Yeah.
by the guys, and it's like the first scene, and even as a kid, not knowing what drugs were other than what you just get told, like drugs, it's weed, and it's it's you start hearing other ones like cocaine, and you like, I don't know if you get told about mushrooms or you just see like, why are they eating like stuff that looks like vegetables but then they're acting weird. But that guy eating, especially even now, understanding more now of what drugs are, what that guy did was fucking crazy, where he eats everybody's drugs in the car because they're getting pulled over. And he eats everybody's drugs that's in the car at the moment as like a favor, like as a hero, because everyone knows, like, dude, please. And he does it. It's so funny because then when it kicks in, are we gonna watch it? Let's watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's put on a small clip, but yeah, dude, you're right. Like,
let's at least just watch the part where he eats everything, and then when he starts
I was
tripping
gonna
out.
fast forward it. Let me see.
This is seriously one of the best comedies ever made ever, and I don't. Even if it's not your cup of tea, I feel like if anybody watched this, they would laugh. Like, it's just one of those movies that hits.
Yeah. This dude does so much stuff.
No. Can you rewind just like 10 seconds? I love that part where he's all like, you could sue me. This is dude, I'm going to have to call this out.
Yeah.
Let's kind of get back.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Littering Ann. But yeah, dude, that guy, the guy that takes all the drugs, I like that dude in The Ringer. He's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I could give you a review of any movie. Ask me about any movie.
He was also one of my favorite characters in Bubble Boy because he was the flipper boy.
I forget and that's because we watched Bubble Boy not that long ago, dude.
That one holds up.
Dude, that's a good movie.
That one's still niche. Like, some people might not like it, but it's if you like that movie back then, trust Jake Gyllenhaal, it's still good.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
seriously, like, if you want $500, then
So, like $500.
you want $500.
That's a great. To see that Jake Gyllenhaal, who the actor is he is now, for him to come out like that, which if he didn't become anything, people would look back at that movie and say that was a good movie. That guy did a good job. It was hilarious. But for him to turn into Jake Gyllenhaal, like action drama, to
the Roadhouse remake, remember?
Yeah, he went on to do such a.
It wasn't that good, but
yeah, that's what people were saying. Conor McGregor. It looked cool.
Yeah, Conor McGregor's fucking annoying. I mean, I guess that's kind of his role, but it was just dumb. Not really like, yeah.
If we were in a bar and Conor McGregor was there, is there any amount of money that someone could pay you to be like, hey, dude, go call him a pussy to his face?
300,000. I think I'd do it.
You would be willing to possibly get knocked the F out for only 300,000? I'd be like, dude, you have to give me $1 million.
Well,
like that's gonna suck
because I don't
during
think,
and after.
Realistically, I don't think it's gonna take long.
What do you mean?
Conor McGregor would beat the shit out of me.
No, yeah, but it's
So it wouldn't be long. I wouldn't take that much damage. If I'm lucky, a one punch deal and bam, 300,000. I'm good.
yeah, but
And
I'm
then
just saying the
I would-
repercussions of
the
like I
money-
might have
yeah,
fucking
the money I would get from
concussion.
suing him after that would be greater.
No, you can't sue him.
Why not?
That's not the scenario I'm giving you, Flan. I'm saying
No, you said how much to go and call him a pussy. You didn't say that I couldn't sue him afterwards. You didn't say I couldn't ask for repercussions.
Okay,
or
okay,
like
that's true. You're
any
right. So
sort of
okay,
settlement,
so
like-
just and then in a new question, you're basically okay in this new scenario. You're getting paid $300,000 just to take one punch from him, like from the interaction, but
the
you can't do
millions
any.
that I'm gonna get.
But you
are
can't
pay-
sue him. So
that's-
then, do you still do
that's
it for
crap.
300,000?
No, I don't do it for.
So how much you do it for
300,000.
that?
See, because I was gonna use the
Okay.
300,000 and like
Hire a lawyer.
and, no, like the Desperado joke. He's like, I bet you that I can piss in that cup without getting a single drop everywhere. And then he pisses all over the place. He's like, 1 second, he walks over and he gets paid by the other guys even more, and then comes back and pays the guy out the money. See, 300,000. You're right. I would have hired a lawyer. Bam, let's get some millions now. And now I just made.
Okay, so how much without suing him? $1 million bucks? I would say at least $1 million, right? You would get, hey,
I'd be happy with 500,000.
Fair
Realistically, like $1 million, yeah, it would be great to have a lot.
guys,
of money
let's
like
raise that money so that way Falon can like live his dreams. Like I want him to retire,
Dude.
and I want him to like pursue the life
Ben
that
Affleck
he loves.
Ben Affleck, $50.
To take it from him,
$50.
you're a whore. You're a cheap whore for him. He's like, you're gonna let him knock you out for $50?
$50.
Why?
Just because I want to.
You're just gonna take a punch from him and be like,
Yeah, I'm like, fuck it. I'll go to Longhorn after.
I'm gonna take J-Lo with me.
Bitch.
J-Lo! Yeah! Dude, did you ever
But then
see,
I'll walk up to the waiter later and I'll be like, it's separate checks and pay for my half and walk out.
did you ever see that episode of South Park where they do Ben Affleck, like Cartman starts doing a Jennifer Lopez impression with his hand, and he literally takes on the persona of Jennifer Lopez, but like as a hand puppet, and it has hair and everything, and like everyone's all like, "Oh my god, it's Jennifer Lopez," and Kyle's the only one that's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like he's crazy. What are you doing?" They're like, "Oh, Jennifer Lopez." He's like, "Hello," and it's so much so that Ben Affleck comes to town. And
Jesus Christ.
J-Lo comes to town being like, who the fuck is saying they're me? She brings Ben Affleck, and the J-Los are getting into like a legal battle of like, bitch, you ain't me. And Ben Affleck falls in love with Cartman's hand, and they start like having a tryst, like a romantic physical tryst. It's hilarious. You've never seen this one?
No.
It's so good to the point where they start like kiss. Like Cartman's in the car with him, and he's like riding with his hand. He's like, "Oh, Jenny, I wish we could leave this town all behind us." And he's like, "Oh, man." Like,
What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of South Park.
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it sometimes.
No, you don't. I mean, it's not about getting it all the time. There's just some of them that I'm like, this is. And yeah, I haven't watched every episode, but there's episodes that I'll just rewatch because it's just funny.
There have been some things that I've watched, and you're right, they are funny. Like, because I watched the episode where they start making Cartman eat healthy for the first time, and he has to shit whole, and he's like, it feels like they're raping me from the inside.
Yeah, I remember you told me about that. It's just stuff like that. They have moments where even if you don't know anything about what's going on, some of the jokes live on their own, isolated.
Yeah.
They add to the story of like, oh wow, it's just like a pacing. But yeah, there's some things you just watch and you're like, why the fuck is this so funny?
This is you're right. That's crazy.
South Park. Oh, last night you didn't get to watch the Canelo fight.
I was just about to ask. I've been reading a bunch of stuff, and everybody said it sucked.
It sucked. It sucked.
I kind of knew it was going to. I said it too. I'm like, dude, it's not that I don't think Canelo's great, but Canelo's also what, like 45 almost. Like
I'm not sure. You should double check, but I will say about this, and I think this is what most people mean. It sucked that not that it wasn't like an entertaining fight or a good fight, like that they didn't fight well. That both of them did. So what
And
I
went the
believe and
distance.
what most people would believe, Terrence Crawford.
He's only 35.
Oh yeah, you remember we figured out he's
the
only like
same
a
age
week.
as us.
Yeah, he's like a week younger than
Holy
us.
shit, dude! Why did I think he was so much older?
All right. Well, but we said
we
it
talked about this the last
time.
too,
Yeah. But yeah, he's that's crazy. He's the exact same age. But so he boxes Terrence Crawford. They go the whole 12 rounds.
okay.
Terrence Crawford just outboxes him, and I don't know if it's Canelo lulling into a sense of like that he's slowing down in his career or in his style, or is he getting complacent? Is there amount of like arrogance or hubris that's going into him going into fights at this point because he's such an established fighter
Yeah.
that the way he was boxing, which is a style that has developed over time because of the way he likes to fight, is he's very reserved.
Yeah.
He picks his shots. He doesn't waste his shots to where he doesn't really jab. He doesn't have like amazing footwork. And he stays in the pocket, and it looks like he's not that good at head movement anymore. Or at least he doesn't take that. I don't know if it's in decline or he just doesn't feel like he has to anymore. Because
Yeah.
he takes a lot of shots in a subtle way now of like, moving your head, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But Terrence Crawford was just landing in volume. He was throwing in combinations. And even if only 1 or 2 or 3 were landing in every like maybe 10, he was still laying it on. Canelo was very reserved. He was just he was throwing his big shots. See, he throws his single left, and it is a style and it's a technique. It just didn't work on a fighter like Terrence Crawford, where Canelo picks his shots very deliberately, so he doesn't waste any energy. All of the shots he's throwing, I would say at least 70% of them are power shots, single power shots or doubling up. He's not setting them up or nothing. He's just trying to be, it's almost like Ryan Garcia. You're just trying to be fast enough and strong enough that if you could catch them, you could put them down. You have the power to put them down. So you train that. You're just training to do your power shots as hard and as fast as you can for the entire fight to be able to do that, so you can knock him out at any time if you land something.
Yeah.
But that's just, it's a good, I get why he's doing that.
Yeah.
But Terrence Crawford is the kind of boxer that, at least in this fight from what I saw, he applies like basic fundamentals of like footwork, and it's like he's not picking his shots necessarily deliberately. He's boxing like he's in a flow.
Yeah.
He's just going. He's
Yeah.
doing work. And I'm not saying he's not like, he doesn't have a plan for it, but his plan is to be like calm, disruptive and putting pressure. He's not thinking specifically of like, okay, I'm gonna throw this shot. I'm gonna throw this shot. He's literally like, bam, 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 go. He's not going pressure him. He just went counter. Terrence Crawford looked bad fucking ass in this fight.
Yeah, he's looking crisp right here.
He's never lost a fight, so he just became like the ring champion. He took all of Canelo's belts, and he went up like in 2 or 3 weight classes to fight this fight. And a lot of people were saying that he wasn't going to be able to handle Canelo's power
because he would have been essentially lighter.
Yeah, smaller. But
because I don't know if people understand fully what it means to go up weight classes. That doesn't necessarily mean this guy gained weight. He most likely just stayed where he walks around at.
Exactly. He put on like water weight.
Yeah, but Canelo will have to cut for this fight. So
No.
Meaning Canelo, he doesn't cut for this fight?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Like, I think my father-in-law, I think we're saying this is pretty, I think it's within at least like 5 to 10 pounds of what he just walks around at. And there was no hydration clause, meaning Canelo could, as long as Canelo weighed in on the agreed weight, he could weigh whatever he wants by the time he fights. Like, he can completely rehydrate. To where, say if it was only 10 pounds,
I get what
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like there are certain fights that they have hydration clause. I think Mayweather will have them, or I forgot who else has. To where basically it's like, no, we're both gonna lose like, I'm gonna lose like 8 pounds. You're gonna lose like 15, 20, but you can only hydrate. You can like on the day we fight. You can only be 5 pounds lighter. You can't go back to you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can't just do it artificially and then come back in 180.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you weigh in at 167. You better come in not over when we actually fight like 170.
Yeah, because for the majority, I feel like that's what they do. That's why when you see people weighing in, they're fucking cut and they're shredded. You can see their 6-pack, but when they fight, they just look like
Normal. Yeah, you're
a
right.
normal guy. Yeah.
And
How does that work? Like you slowly just fucking build up to that nourishment.
What do you mean?
A lot of people I've seen do IVs before they even eat anything.
It makes sense. There is. You can do whatever you want and get ready to fight,
Yeah.
and then you could win. But when you do stuff like that, obviously, especially now, which is why most of the fighters are all badass because they have this training and education, or at least a team that has one that puts so much thought and effort into every aspect of what it is to be a fighter. Because
Yeah.
if you could get the edge in anything, like, oh, you guys both train the exact same and you've been training the exact amount of time and you're both at that same exact level of martial arts, so what's going to give you an edge? Well, what if there was food that was better for you and there was a certain amount you could eat or did, and it's like,
Yeah.
you're going to feel better because he's eating cheeseburgers. Like, you're doing that, but you're not doing the same over here. So
Yeah,
let's try that.
exactly.
What about your sleeping? What about your stretching? What about your recovery? How's he recovering? He's just like taking a shower and going to bed. Dude, let's go get you a massage. Let's go, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Let's
yeah, exactly. You're right.
let's try this therapy of like, hey, why don't we calm down the inflammation with you do some cold dips.
Yeah.
It's, so
That's fucking ugly, dude.
but it gives
Good
you a
for you.
high.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit gives you a high. I've only done it a couple times at the athletic club. We would go in the wet sauna when I
Yeah.
was cutting for when I was fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
We would go into the wet sauna and it felt amazing. And then you would have to go neck deep into the cold dip.
Cold.
And I think their cold dip is about like 30. It's like 25 to 30. And you could go all the way to your neck because you walk down into it.
Yeah.
And especially when you're going like that, it almost feels good.
Yeah.
But it is like fucking just like sitting into like cold jello. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Your body starts feeling
Feeling it. Yeah.
But you get like this weird feeling of like very like lightness. And people are like, it's because you're about to die. It's like, no, it's different because you're very, I wouldn't say coherent, but it's not like my body was messing up or anything
Yeah.
like that. But it felt amazing.
Yeah. You're like Spider-Man when Doctor Strange pushes him out.
Oh, dude, that's a good point. That's kind of like you feel
Yeah.
all ethereal.
Yeah.
Like, am I astral
Yeah,
project?
that's what it is. Astral project. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. That's why I didn't say it.
So you went and saw the Demon Slayer movie last night.
Oh yeah, dude. I was really excited for this movie, dude. I told you.
Yeah.
I've been telling everybody I'm fucking excited for this movie. Saw it was 2.5 hours. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm so fucking stoked. Movie was a 6 at like best.
Yeah, and that's what
Yeah.
everybody was, but that's kind of the show. That's kind of what I hear about the show. And
No,
I'm
the
not,
show is better.
well, yeah, I imagine it is
But-
better. But even about the show, a lot of people's description would be the animation is peak. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's a
this-
great show. The story is like good, but the way they tell
6.
it is boring.
It's
Like
a
they,
6.
they carried that. They
Just
carried that
above
over
that.
into the movie.
It's just above average. The storytelling, I feel like it's a very basic storyline. Like, they're demons. Fucking main kid. His family gets attacked by demons. His sister turns into a demon. And that's what, like, the show's about his life and this journey now he's taking.
saving his sister. And
Yeah.
his sister's just like a dog now.
Exactly. So basically, he ends up finding out, I have to find the main demon in order to change her back.
Yeah, and that's the
And
whole
so,
story.
yeah,
But
so
you're saying
The
the
storytelling is very basic. It's very
yeah. I mean, it
lame.
kind of has to be.
And the movie, yeah, you're right. It kind of goes into the movie, and there's literally a fucking hour and a half of talking, and then maybe like an hour of fighting, with like some like come down off of some of these moments.
And even if they chunked them together to where like the first half is kind of boring, the second half, like I think people generally don't really. I mean, it's not that pacing can't work, but you should try a different one to where you sprinkle it in more.
Exactly.
And kind of have like a 5, a 5, a 5, a 15, 25, and then like a downplay.
Yeah, this was just like this was. I watched 6 episodes of the season at the movies. Is what I did.
Yeah. You were
That's
saying
what-
how
it should have been fleshed. This should have all been stuff they fleshed out in the season that they're gonna make of this. Because I'm pretty positive they're gonna turn this into a season.
Yeah. Or it's
Like-
gonna lead into this because maybe the season is just gonna pick up right when this one ends.
No, this is the end. These movies are like the end of the series. There's a 3-part movie that they're gonna do over this final event, and that's it for the series. The series, is over.
done. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's already over. It's had like 4 or 5 seasons.
But we were talking about, good shows that hold up, that have a high rewatchability. And I think, and of course, it's biased, a matter of perspective. What do you like more? Because some people will be like, oh, I can rewatch this all day.
Yeah.
But, Naruto is one of my favorite shows. I can't rewatch it. I can rewatch fights. We talked about I can rewatch fights, but I can't rewatch the story. It's too the main parts are good, but it's the pacing is wild.
And
that's
how
slow it is.
Even sometimes the fights, I'm like, okay, this episode I'm skipping because it's majority just fucking flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I
know during the fights, that's ridiculous.
Like the Neji fight. I like watching him fight Neji in the Chunin exams, but there's literally like an episode and a half of just flashbacks, and I'm like, dude, we're only like 3 seasons in.
I wonder if anyone made edits of just being like Naruto, without any of the bullshit of at least the fights.
I've watched fights that are just the fight going on.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched I put in the third Hokage fighting Orochimaru doing the Chunin exams.
Yeah.
And I put it to where it's it's only they chopped it and put only the fight scenes from them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching it and I'm like, this is actually kind of weird.
Dude, even that
to watch like this.
Yeah, the hand drawn anime in the hand drawn animation. Even in that fight of the third Hokage versus the reanimated Hokage.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's better than computer. And I know that people are like, well, that's your opinion. The computer looks more clean and this and that. It's like, I get that, but the hand-drawn fight scenes, from some of the older animes,
something about it that just gives it it's a different feeling.
It gives it a more natural human kinetic movement feeling of the way they're moving seems more natural.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I don't like Dragon Ball Z anymore. This new animation, it is clean. I do like it. It looks great. But there's just something about it that doesn't feel as fluid anymore.
I know what you mean. I did Dragon Ball Z for me just because I just did rewatch it. And I've seen it probably at least 3 times. This might have probably been my 3rd time over. That's a good rewatchable anime. But I mean, it's because it's not because I like it. Because Naruto, I can't do it. And I would say I like Naruto as a show more than Dragon Ball Z, but that's me personally. I just like it because I like the ninjas. I like the jujutsu. It's cooler. I like to me, I was like, it appeals to me more. But I would say Dragon Ball Z is a better anime.
I mean, the numbers prove that substantially. Dragon Ball is still
true.
One of the biggest animes out there,
if not the biggest.
Yeah. I wonder what it is. I wonder what is the fucking. You know what? Some of these new ones might be taking over. I feel like there's just a lot of things that factor into that, more population. The genre is now getting more coverage than it ever has. When we were kids,
it's the most popular.
No Dragon Ball Z movies I ever watched were in theaters. It
wasn't
until Super that they started doing shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was and that was.
I'm sure they showed it in Japan. That's probably why it's always been more popular.
Oh yeah, they did for sure. But that's sick.
Or JJK, to me personally, JJK is not only a good anime.
Story's great.
It's I've rewatched it once, and I did the first season. I can't. You had to get Crunchyroll for the second season, but I would have watched that, and I would imagine that at least maybe in a year or a year and a half, I would rewatch it again, just to entertainment, because it's a really cool. It's especially around this time of year. It's a spooky. It's cool.
Yeah, that one has really. Okay, no.
One Punch Man, just because I did rewatch, and it's this is just a fun watch. There's good story, but even if you wanted to watch it isolated, almost every episode is a mini villain.
It's the most random animes I would expect.
Of these are the best, highest rated,
highest grossing animes. So I guess that kind of factors into both, though. No,
that's a good point. Yeah, it's an overlap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, some of these I'm okay, see, this makes more sense. Digimon, top 20.
You would think it would be Pokemon.
Pokemon's got to be higher.
What did you see it up there? You're going down. Okay, go on.
Bleach at 19. That man, I really expected Bleach to be higher.
No, I don't know, because there's just
Bleach
a lot.
is big as is just as big as, or just under fucking
That show
Dragon
look-
Ball in my opinion.
What show is that?
Doraemon. I've seen this shit all around.
It's a film franchise. It looks neat. Looks funny. It looks like a cute anime.
What, this is a fucking Sailor Moon ripoff
Pretty
right here.
Cure was the dominant magic girl. What? Pretty Cure was the dominant magic girl.
8 billion?
What the fuck is that? Yeah,
That's
it
some
looks like
hentai
a
shit.
shinier version of Sailor Moon. Pretty Cure.
Demon Slayer 16. Revenue of 9.3 billion. I mean, that number will probably change with this new movie coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know if that factors into
Well, true, but it's kind of like
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I've heard a lot about. Hold on, real quick. I've heard a lot about
not
this.
a fan.
I've heard a lot about it. The animation looks cool, and the idea of it seems pretty neat. But like, it also like a little zesty at some parts, or is that
It very
isn't
much
that part
is.
of it?
It very much is.
And that's but that's not a bad thing. I think
Yeah.
it was just like off-putting to like. There's some people that like it that kind of, oh yeah, but it's just part of the story because it's kind of like in Hunter x Hunter, the bad guy on the
Oh, Hisoka.
yeah, he's a little zesty,
He
but
is zesty. He's fucking
but-
getting
but-
hard watching them shower.
But he's a good character. It's a good. So that's what I'm saying that like that's what I've heard about the show. That's not why I haven't watched it. But
Yeah,
it,
no.
even
you're
when
right.
I've heard about it, I know that's part of it. It's funny
I mean,
because that looks like Lady Gaga,
a heart cut out in the chest. That's crazy.
or even on One Punch Man with the pretty princess.
Put prisoner.
Oh, pretty prisoner. And he would just come out and just like
yeah, just literally a heart over his fucking dick.
yeah, his power up was like
My
I'm gonna get
boys.
naked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flex so hard. I'm gonna get naked.
My
And then-
boys.
My boys, run, my sweet boys, and I do put on some pants.
Rila Kuma. Interesting. Naruto.
Number 13, lucky number. That's me.
That's crazy.
Great, it's great story, but man, the anime.
Oh, I've seen this.
Okay, so none of that bullshit really of flashbacks is in the manga. So I will say, if you just read the manga and they made
Yeah.
it exactly like that pacing, that's a perfect storytelling right there. But go on.
I agree.
Oh, Neon, and that's the one where they control the robots with like their bodies.
I've seen
it's like
that.
a symbiosis. I've
I've
always
seen
wanted to
some of it.
watch it, but it looks. People are talking about it's heart wrenching because of how.
Yeah, it's graphic. Sailor Moon 11.
That makes sense. I mean, I don't like Sailor Moon, but the appeal to it just aesthetically,
And how
it
much
looks neat.
How much I see people with Sailor Moon stuff, like all that shit.
Yeah, it's girl version of Power Rangers. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's neat. Like
I agree.
if someone gave me a Sailor Moon figure, I'd be like, well, that's cool. Like, the character design is real neat.
I agree. I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell's happening.
You're good. You're good.
Kochikame. I've never even...
What you coming?
Look at that dude's eyebrows. It's a McDonald's sign,
I
dude.
know. I think that's me.
He's got the arches right
They
there.
drew me.
And look, that's me right there with the hair. That's awesome. Ultraman. That makes sense.
Ultraman.
I loved Ultraman when I was
I
growing
didn't.
up.
I thought it was a very. I'm not gonna. It's generic.
Yu-Gi-Oh is 8.
That I mean, honestly, it is even to
I-
this day. It's big. Like for
but
a
see,
card game to be
yeah.
attached to a toy.
See, my thing is, like I said, I knew Pokemon was going to be Pokemon's going to be top 5, I bet you anything.
True. One Piece.
One Piece is 7. That's crazy because
the
One Piece
fights-
has become huge.
Yeah, and the fight scenes that I see, it looks neat. And then I remember one time I tried to start it, but it is like the peak of the kind of anime where we were talking about Naruto, where it tells you it's a lot of drawn out, useless, not even entertaining kind
Yeah.
of shots. Like at that point, I'm like, are you just guys trying to? It's like you're twiddling your thumbs, because if you kind of compact it into things of not like only fight scenes, but like you don't have to do so much characters and so much deep dive. Like just tell the story, and maybe
Yeah.
it'll be over faster, but it'll be more concise and
I think,
cohesive.
I think My Hero suffers from that. It
I
is
agree.
good.
I fell off.
There's a lot of great stuff, but it's like the expansion of characters becomes so much that I forget about people, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about them. And then you have like this random moment, and I'm like, it doesn't feel as like connected because there's like 70 other people who have better powers than this.
True. I saw a funny meme or just real quick, and it's like a lady making fun of her man who likes anime. And he's like, "Babe, yeah, my life is like an anime," and she's like, "Yeah, you one piece of shit."
That's pretty good.
It's awesome.
But before we go on, what do you think top 5 are gonna be? You don't have to list a proper order.
Predictions?
Yeah, you don't have to list a proper order. But what do you think a top 5 are gonna be?
Good. That's a good question. One of them has to be Dragon Ball Z.
Okay,
One of them is going to be Dragon Ball Z.
you're right. I agree.
If I'm going to be honest, I think the other 4 are most likely going to be, unless I can't think of one right off the top right now, I think they're going to be more obscure to me. Because even this list has, I mean, I knew that before, the depth of anime and then the difference between mainstream and like what's like critically loved and what's like has like more of a strong following culture, like an underground, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like independent or indie of like, these are my favorite. It's like, it's actually a really good show. In Japan, or even people who are really into it, when you ask them, they'd be like, what do you think is overrated? And they'll say one of the mainstream ones and why. And they're like, it's not that it's not good, but it's not the best. And it's like, what do you think is best? It's like, it's this one. And they talk about it, and it's like a weird one that I've never heard of.
Interesting.
Okay, so what are your predictions? So I think one of them has to be Dragon Ball Z, and I think maybe I can't just think of anything else that they haven't said that's more mainstream.
Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Pokemon. Pokemon.
Berserker.
No, that it's not. But go on. That's
Yeah, well,
no.
how about you? Anything? Jujutsu Kaisen's probably on there because Jujutsu Kaisen has become one of the biggest selling ones.
Oh, because it's highest grossing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And let me see. It's not one. Yu Yu Hakusho, maybe.
They didn't already have that in the
No.
higher up ones. Okay, wait. Okay, so
Okay, go ahead.
it's Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon. There was another one that I had thought of just because you had said that. They already did Digimon and they did Yu-Gi-Oh. Fuck.
You know what? I don't know if this counts as anime. I say it does. Avatar: Last Airbender might be one of them.
Is this anime or manga?
It's anime franchises.
Okay. So I would probably assume that it's also including the manga, but okay. I mean, I can't think. I'm having brain fights. Let's just go ahead and see the list. God damn it. Fist of the North Star.
I've heard that this one is a good one too.
Honestly, I was just trying to think of who's on Jump Stars or Jump Force.
Oh, that's funny. That's a good, and he is, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dragon Ball
I forgot
franchise 5.
that.
Is
Dang,
at
so they
5.
barely breached it. Gundam. God
Fuck.
damn it.
That's a good
I
one.
feel like we're
too.
on Family Feud. Like,
God
oh.
damn it. Oh, yeah. Fucking.
See,
I don't
this is
even
an
know what
obscure
this
one. Okay,
one
hold on. I
is.
want to see it. Go up.
And Empaman.
Ant-Man is an immensely popular kids anime.
60 billion in revenue, dude.
I bet you it is fun, like to see that when you were like 3 and you're like, I know.
Hello Kitty. What the fuck?
Son of a bitch.
Nothing that I even said.
I didn't even think of that Pokemon. No, yeah, you're right.
Damn, I only
You got 2.
out
No,
of
that's
5.
good. I only got fucking 1.
Damn, dude. I really thought. Man, I thought Berserker might have been one.
It's Berserk. See, the fact that you don't even know the fucking name, that's why you don't fucking know.
I mean, I don't read Berserk. That's just depressing as fuck,
Bro.
bro.
But that's one of the one that's in like a little bit of anime and manga counterculture, or not. It's like it's a very niche thing if people like it to where it's so intense. I guess I'd use a word for it. It's so intense that it turns some people off immediately as far as like the graphicness of it. But the people that love it.
Yeah, it's kind of like I know you've never seen it, but Goblin Slayer.
Oh no, you showed me the first episode, and honestly, that
was rough.
If they didn't
was
do that, I'm
rough.
like, dude, you didn't need, I thought there were monsters already. You didn't need to show me like a fucking just like
The devil.
no, yeah, like they're just no like whole thing is like you had to demonstrate it to the fullest extent that like these things are just like creatures. They don't have souls. They're
Yeah.
monsters. You could kill them. But I'm like, dude, if they just ate something, I'd be like, that's good enough. It's like
Exactly.
they're all raping a girl, dude. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Because other than that, like the idea of the story, like the actual guy itself, his character, it's cool. But just showing that, I'm like, but now I'm
even
being
at
biased
that-
because I watched Berserk and then I continue to read it. But even when I saw that, like everyone was kind of like, what's going on? Like this was really kind of cool this whole time. But it's like,
Yeah.
What
God-
the fuck is going on right now?
God damn you, Bernice.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
that was a good list.
Yeah,
What are we at on this episode?
we're at 46 right now.
We should that what happened? Oh, that we were talking about what was happening, dude. That everything that happened this week. They showed a video of that guy. I mean, I'm saying there's probably way more than that that's happening.
Yeah.
Of that poor girl getting stabbed.
Dude,
On the bus.
all this shit going on right now, bro. This
And-
shit's fucking crazy.
I don't. It's weird that you have to start thinking like self-censorship, but I'm not even doing that because I'm afraid. But I just heard. I think they'll pull your video that you can't actually say certain words in
Really?
tandem of
Like
of
recent events.
yes, of like the thing that happened in Denver at the school.
Yes.
That
I
everyone,
s-
without having to say it, but everyone knows. Like,
Yeah,
that a
yeah.
lot of things happen, and then including the assassination of Charlie Kirk, which was, I think, and it's crazy. It's resonating in the world as very noticeably of
Mhm.
whether you don't care about it or whether you care about it one way or another. It seems like a majority of the environment right now, or the social discussion on a grand scale that I'll hear murmurs of all day is the assassination. And it's not even just about whether or not you support Charlie Kirk or
Him.
not. People are discussing it in a way of the social impact it's having on of what we would consider humanity itself. What is this
Yeah.
really meaning of like when people are or when things are happening like this? And not that we're allowing it, but why are people getting to this point to where they're doing crazy things like this?
Yeah, dude. The violence is becoming like really crazy. Like,
Well, to be fair, violence has always existed, and it's
You're
existed
right.
probably in
and there's probably been more intense times that it was existing. And
yeah,
they did
and of
things that
course
were
it's
way
like
more
now we
fucking
can hurt
inhumane.
people on the other side of the world with violence and weapons,
Right.
and before you know it was someone storming your beaches.
Yeah.
But either way, like I imagine if we lived in a time where there was no weapons, there was no planes, and there was nothing like that. But if someone showed up with a sword, that was probably just as bad, if not worse. Maybe it wasn't as frequent, or maybe it was.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, let's compare our pains, but violence has on each other has existed in one way or another, even back to the caveman. I'm probably sure
Yeah,
it's
you're
not
right.
even political, but it's like I have a big club and you don't.
Instinctual.
Yeah, and it's like maybe I'll just kill you and eat you, or kill you and take all your shit.
Yeah.
And it's like self-preservation. And then people would say, well, we evolved into being able to live a certain way where you don't have to have that feeling of literal self-preservation 24/7. Let's try to
Yeah.
make it as not that as we can.
Exactly.
But you can't extinguish it. That's what's scary, is that people like, we live in a time, of course, where, technologically, maybe socially, at least for people in the United States, I'm sure in many other countries, but not everywhere. That's
Yeah.
what's crazy. It's still not everywhere. But we live in a time where you can do things and not, you can pretty much live your life more than not, where you don't have to worry about someone or something happening to you on purpose.
yeah.
But it can still happen.
I get what you're saying.
Like the laws, like security protection,
Yeah,
you
because of the first one you mentioned, the girl. Like, I mean, how do you protect anything? Because we talked about this the other day when it happened and when we saw it. Like, it's like, how do you protect against something like that? How do you defend yourself against something like
True.
that?
Well, physically,
Like,
and
a
in
lot
that,
of people are like, yeah, go ahead.
no. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just like, I think it's crazy. People are like, how do you just let somebody like that get stabbed? And I'm like, dude, like, did you watch the video? Like, it happens in an instance.
But I also know what you mean. I know what they mean. I don't. Maybe I do. But when they say that, you can have a reaction of, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you supposed to do? But you could also, ask the question broader, where was that like that man had been through the justice system a couple of times for offenses that he should, different things, or even some of the similar things where it's like at least attempt that this man was he had seen the justice system. He had faced it in many ways, and there should have been a lot of. I think people agree on that. There should have been times where why was this guy allowed to even go or continue, or not necessarily a slap on the wrist, but you just did this, and then he's back out, and no one was being like, hey,
At
maybe
least
we
with the
should check this
knowledge-
guy.
Yeah, at least with the knowledge, knowing that he's schizophrenic, like he should have been
Yeah, if that-
medicated then, or sought to seek help in some way. Like,
Yeah, and you have to think
It's
in,
crazy.
in something like that. If you're medically diagnosed, do you waive your right to even choose? Like, well, I don't want to be on medication. And it's like, no, there should be programs to make sure that no matter what, you are on medication. And of course, you could say, well, that's safer. It's better for them and it's better for us. But is that right? Should we impede on the freedoms of someone saying they
do
can't?
stuff like that. Look what happened to Bam Margera. Like, look what happened to fucking Britney Spears. Like,
But what do you mean? Because
but
they're
Bam
messed up.
Margera became declared that he couldn't take care of himself.
Yeah,
and
but
he was
but-
just an alcoholic.
Yeah,
with
but
a
he
lot of
has the
money.
resources to take care of himself. Not everyone does. He has the resources and the means to do it.
Yeah, and they still felt like he wasn't capable of doing that.
Oh, I'm saying, yeah, that you're saying even if getting help,
they took away his rights to
You're right.
be able to do anything, and basically gave his rights to somebody else to dictate
yeah, because
how
then you
he
can
should
be,
live his life.
and see, of course, I agree with that, but the devil's advocate side of that is
Yeah,
you're
but you're
taking
human rights.
you have human rights. So if you don't, we shouldn't be able to force. But the thing is, we have to decide if they're not capable of doing that. But then who gets to decide that line of being
Exactly.
capable
Yeah.
and incapable? Because at one point, just to fuck you over, not that they're doing that to him or Britney Spears, but to fuck someone over, they could be like, you're incapable. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, yeah, you can't do it. We'll tell you when we think you can do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell? Like, I can't live on my own. I can't be with my kids. I can't do this. I can't drive to work. Like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? They're like, you're not capable, so we're going to make sure you don't do that, and we're going to help you learn and teach. It's like,
There's
but
a
when-
movie on Netflix kind of like that.
Really?
It's called I Care or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady basically like has like doctors and judges kind of like on payroll, and she finds these wealthy old people who have no family or anything, and she goes and has a doctor say, oh yeah, this person is incapable of taking care of themselves. She becomes their giver, puts them in a home with the cheapest everything that they can
So
get,
it's like a scam to
and
make
then
money off of
robs them,
people.
yeah.
Yeah. And
So it's like,
honestly,
yeah,
that might be like a thing that actually happens.
Yeah, I believe that's true. I would have definitely believed that.
I think that's what's scariest and most eye-opening for everything going on right now. For, I think, a lot of people. Because some people are already set in a certain level of belief systems
Yeah.
that are, regardless if they're being debated publicly about the moral standings of it or the reasoning or the, the implications of how they think is, that at least that they're already subscribed to a team and an ideal to where they feel comfortable and confident where they are. And they're willing to settle in that and be like, even in the chaos in the world, I feel okay because I know who I am and I know what I believe in. But I think something like this happening, at least for me, is it's making me look at my lines in the sand.
Yeah.
And not necessarily comparing it or judging on other people's of where they're standing and what they believe in or anything like that. But it made me think, like, what is important to me and what am I willing to commit myself to ideally? Because at the very least, people got an eye-opening thing of life. It's finiteness and its meaning at the very least to you. What does it mean to you? Without even having to consider what other people think it should mean or want you to think it means.
Yeah.
What do you honestly believe right now that's true for you and that you're willing to draw that line in the sand, stand there, and even defend it if you need to? Because if we're all going to die, if that's going to be a thing no matter what, it would probably be meaning and purposeful to you and probably good for you as far as how you'll live that life until you get there.
Yeah.
Inevitably, that you lived for something
Yeah.
and because you can.
Yeah.
maybe not necessarily just for the sake of it, but it's probably the best way to live
Yeah.
is to live with a purpose.
Exactly.
And it doesn't have to be as big or certain things compared to others, but it should mean the same to you as whatever they have meaning to them. It should mean
Exactly.
to you that for you.
Exactly. And yeah, we talked about this before, and whatever that
I'm not
meaning-
crying, guys. I got fucking long hours.
Yeah, he's gay as fuck.
I'm not
Anyways.
fucking crying.
Anyway, but yeah, everybody should have their own purpose in life, and like everybody finds it in different ways. Like some people have religion, you know, some people are like, oh, my family is my purpose, you know, like whatever your purpose may be. It's like, you're right. I feel like you need that in life, because without it, you feel empty. You know what I mean? It's
But
kinda-
you might not even know that you're empty because maybe you've never felt fulfilled. And you honestly will question, am I fulfilled? Because you can't really compare it to anything. Because something like fulfillment and purpose is almost... it's, you know what I mean? It's like ephemeral.
Right.
Like, how do you know?
But you can like summarize, I feel like, what it might feel like, and that you've never experienced it based on the feeling of other people's experiences.
Exactly. Yeah. So
it's like-
you're finding your own, and see, that's pretty much what it is, and that's the hardest part. And I think that's what it is important.
Right.
But most people like me, they're looking at. Well, I'm looking at myself, going, do I have a purpose, or do I have something that I find purposeful,
Right.
that I subscribe myself to, or am I empty, or am I just not? I have something, but I'm not aware of it because I'm just kind of naturally doing it without being so maybe pretentious about it. But maybe I should be pretentious about it. Maybe I should try as hard as I can and not let myself fall into like complacent, being complacent. I'm sorry.
Complacency, yeah.
There you go. And
Yeah.
then because if I died right now, would I be okay with it?
Yeah, because you're right. The lines in your sand move as you progress
Through life, yeah, it should, and
Yeah,
I
you're
agree.
right,
And then that's
exactly,
what, and
you're
it's a good
right,
point
you're
because it's sand. Like, hey, I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna stand over here now, and there's
Exactly.
nothing wrong with that. People shouldn't
Yeah.
be like judged or chastised for like, oh, now you're changing your opinion. It's like they're allowed to, just like you are, and
Yeah.
and it's not necessarily.
I think the segregation is crazy. Like,
but it's
to where,
gonna
like,
be that.
yeah,
it
it's
has
gonna,
to be
it's
that.
inevitable. But it's like that. I think that's just nuts. Like, I can't pick one side fully. Like, there's no one person or one side that I agree with 100%. There's no way. Like, there's no way that I agree with absolutely everything the left does, and there's no way that I agree with everything absolutely that the right does.
I don't think there's anything I absolutely agree with to any other person. And you could be like, well, let's list these 10 things, and if me and you both say yes to all of them, then we're the same and we think the same. No,
Yeah.
let's list 100 things. Let's list everything we could think of. There's something that we don't agree on, and people be like, oh yeah, you don't like peanut butter jelly sandwiches, and he does. It's like, but it's not just that. Like, maybe something that's that we find to be fundamental beliefs. But
Yeah.
and the whole thing is, it can never not be that way. It just can't, because people, like, think of people who want a utopia, or like the dream for, or maybe not even a dream, because maybe everybody knows that it's just not feasible. Like, a utopia exists to where where a group of people live in perfect harmony.
Yeah.
But to do that, everybody would need to think the exact same. And they'd be like, no, everyone just needs to be tolerant. There's going to be a spectrum of tolerancy, because there comes to one point to where there's going to be something just somewhere in your belief system that, whether you're conscious of it or not, that you will not be tolerant of. That
Yeah.
if someone does something or says something, you can just not tolerate. And you're seeing that now. That there's everybody on the right who's either Christian or not, or have a certain beliefs of like, oh, we don't believe in this or that. Or in the left, to where, if something happens, regardless of what they're saying in the belief system, they'll be like, oh, okay, no, fuck that. I can't tolerate that. Like, you assassinated not just one of our figureheads. You've assassinated a person. Like, you assassinate
Yeah,
a person.
I get
There's
what
no
you're
way
saying.
to justify
Yeah.
that. And even that, people on the left, or even people who are not leftists, that are saying good, or they deserve it, or celebrate, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This, that, and the other, to where they think for somehow that's justifiable. And
That's nuts. I'm sorry. Like, I just can't agree with that.
And it's not even that I'm criticizing the left. It's
it
or
could've
anything.
been-
I'm criticizing
it could've
anybody
been-
who thinks that.
Yeah,
But-
it could have been anybody.
But see,
in
that's
that situation. That,
exactly
that got shot, and like it's just wrong no matter what.
See,
Like,
so between your belief systems,
but you're right. There's so much in between that, like where the line in the sand is drawn, because it's like.
Mhm.
But then, how do you feel about a guy who raped and killed 30 children? You know, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, if we're going to those extreme, I still don't think the man should fucking die. Like, I know it's crazy, but then if you're gonna go ahead,
no, okay, no, go ahead, go. I'm so sorry.
If you're gonna input like, oh well, what if it was your kid?
Exactly.
Well, yes, yeah, that might make me feel different. That doesn't mean my actions are right.
Yeah, personally, yes, that's what I would want to do. But if I did that, I would be processed by the law of like, well, you technically broke a rule. But it's like,
Yeah.
but everyone in the world would agree like, no, I'm right and he deserved it. And they're like, but we've all agreed on a certain level of rules, not necessarily morally, but like human lawfully. Of what we deem not goes against nature, but goes against this social contract that we're all willing to sign, that no one should be allowed without consequence to kill or harm someone, even justifiably.
Technically, I mean, here in the States, I mean, in the Constitution, you're given the right to have a jury and to go on trial for any crimes that you've committed.
Because look at, you know who did that was Cain Velasquez, the UFC heavyweight champion. He took physical revenge on a man who physically assaulted and traumatized his young daughter.
Yeah.
And he went after him. And I don't remember if he got him. We should look it up. But I know he pursued him in the intentions to where I'm going to kill you. And everybody supported him. And the public advocated for him that he should not be penalized in any way, because if that's not justice for something of that kind of crime, like it can't be that, oh, you can't assault someone, never. It's like, what if they touched your kid? And it's like, no, like we have to just make it a blanket rule across the board that you can never do it. It's like, if they touch my kid, I'm not going to tolerate that, even for this social contract they're having to sign that. If someone touched my kid, I'm going to fucking kill him.
It was his son.
Oh, that's even, not
I don't
even
know
worse,
why,
but
I think it is slightly like, I don't know.
It can't be like, and then you can't.
Fuck.
It's all the same.
Fuck, yeah.
But
Fuck.
what did he do?
So background of the incident. It happened in February 2022. He shot at a truck carrying the man accused of molesting his child. After he was free, tracked the man and his family to Morgan Hill. He fired multiple rounds during a high-speed chase, hitting the vehicle and wounding the stepfather. It was a stepfather.
Dude,
so,
I would fucking see.
Dude, and see, you're right. Like, I get it. Like, this line is gonna move, but it's still
has to.
But it still doesn't give me the right.
No, I agree. And see,
But that's crazy.
I know
that is crazy.
I know it's long-winded, but what I was saying before was how this event or these series of events, but this one is definitely like a large contributor, that people are starting, including myself, are starting to look introspectively at those hard lines that you're willing to draw, whether you're going to move them or not. But where are you standing right now? Because it's something that's resonating through the community, because you have to think of the certain freedoms and civil rights that we have, that they're protected by law, and that they're deemed as freedoms, which basically you could do them without hindrance or restraint. But you could technically do that almost with anything. And I know we have laws protecting these particular ones, but that it's like the laws of nature. You can't stop someone from doing something like that assassination. You can't almost stop that guy on the bus. You can't there's laws, halt, stop, everyone's disagree. You technically can't physically stop that guy from doing something like that in that kind of moment of just sitting there. Someone's sitting in front of you, you pull out a knife and you stab him to death. There's nothing in nature that there's not a Superman. There's not like a fucking program where you can hit pause and be like, no, you can't do that. Stop. You're kicked out of the game.
Even that we watched Man of Steel, plenty of people died.
Yeah, and it's that thing to where, and you could get the sense of nihilism of like, what's the point? Because even if we fight for these things and they're things, and we have a level of justice and a level of freedom, no matter what, things could never. And I'm not saying they should be perfect, but things can
It just
be
couldn't always. There's no way.
yeah, as good as you can, and then but it gets scary to be able to champion a cause, and most people will, like myself, in an act of self-preservation. You don't commit to anything bigger than yourself because you're selfishly saying, I don't want to have the responsibility or the accountability of what it might cause. And then also, am I willing to not only fight for it, am I willing to die for it?
Yeah.
Because that is a possibility with anything you're going to do.
Yeah, because he's talked about it before. He's had death threats all the time.
Yeah.
He gets them all the time. I mean, you see videos of it sometimes. Shit, people are saying it right there on fucking camera and on the mic and everything. That is crazy. You're right. That just kind of come with like the territory, so to speak.
And I think that's one of the scariest thing about politics, and even going into politics. It's almost like choosing a gang, and there is gang violence.
Yeah,
it's choosing a team that are going out to fight and possibly die for what they believe in.
Yeah.
And that's why it makes for someone like me, I have ADHD, I'm very indecisive. Like, I have to go through the things of like, do I support this? Yes. Am I willing to die for it? Am I willing to like go out in public and tell everybody, hey, this is what I think everyone should be doing with her? It's like I'm kind of exercising my right where I'm just gonna go do what I believe in.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I'm not gonna try to be like, it would be a lot better if everybody around me was like that. But as long as no one's hindering on my right to do what I believe in, which that's why these people are fighting for some of these certain rights.
Yeah.
But it's because I live in a gray area where everything is good enough for me. So I'm selfishly just being like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going to a restaurant and there's people that are like, we should keep the restaurant exactly the same. There's other restaurants and there's another team that's going, no, we should change the menu. And then another team is going, let's not change the menu. Let's just make everything more expensive. And they just start fighting over how the restaurant should be. But we're just there going like, it's always good when I come here. I don't know what the big fucking deal is.
I'm going to pay no matter what.
I mean,
do me a favor, bring me cannoli.
I never thought about it like this. Like, they had a new cheesecake, and I was like, this is fine. Like, I'll order it. And
I feel like that with our customers, dude. The amount of price changes we've had in the last few years is crazy.
But that's just inflation, and that's you go back into economic politics and what is this and what should it mean? It's crazy how I don't even know what money means anymore. Well, I never did, but it's like we have money. It means this. It's equal to this amount in every good of like a purchasing power of like it could buy you this many of this, and that's how you equate of like I used to be able to buy a bag of chips for $1. Now I can't buy a fucking small one for $1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how does that even work? It's like, well, potatoes are more expensive. It's like, well, says who? And I took economics in like world economics in college.
Right.
And I learned about it and I read about it and I learned like more than I already knew or didn't know before, but I still didn't understand it completely,
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody does. And that's why they're like, well, that's why I'm in charge. But I'm like,
business ethics.
I'm sorry I rambled so fucking long about bullshit.
Dude, we're at an hour 10 right now.
I mean, but that maybe it should be that, especially with the things going on.
Yeah,
it's not a bad thing to have like a little bit longer of an episode just to make sure because realistically,
believe it or not, guys, we're more than just fucking goofy ass dudes. We talk about some real shit sometimes,
and it's like we have to. Like we're normal people living in modern day America, and we're experiencing it too. So to even dismiss, at the very least, not bring it up, like if it's not happening, seems silly.
Yeah, I agree. Because we talked about it. Everybody's gonna be mentioning this right now. Like it's a big thing going on. Like. You're right. Like whether you agreed with him, whether you didn't, like whether like and along with all the other events going on, it's like you're right. It just kind of make you question like
It
the way
raises
you're-
the fundamental question, at least for that particular instance.
yeah.
Like what happened to the girl on the bus is just like horrific and terrifying. It's a tragedy and it's scary, and
Terrifying.
you have to question like the justice system is how's that doing of this guy. But that's another thing entirely. What happened to Charlie is not just like this weird attack on like an American liberty of like freedom of speech. Well, but I mean it's without hindrance or restraint. But someone was just like no, and it's crazy. You can walk around and do that, but it raises the fundamental question: do you truly believe for anything that's nonviolent, should anyone have the right or to kill someone? Because
Yeah.
anybody saying, well, I'm glad it happened, it's like, okay, that's like a fucking weird personal thing that you can unpack that of being like either how you see the world is weird, or you're just something's weird in you of like, oh yeah, he should have died, but are you okay with it? Because if you're saying at least I'm glad, are you agreeing also that it's okay, or are you saying no, I don't believe it's okay, but I'm glad it happened? And it's like, okay, well, at least be honest with yourself. Because if it happened to one of your leaders or figureheads or politicians,
Yeah.
would you feel the same way if not only that he was murdered for believing what he believed in, but
Yeah.
that people around you are going, well, I'm not only am I glad, maybe that should happen. You would be like, no, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the world coming to? Where not only are you okay, you're almost thinking that it's hey, if it happens, oh well. Or you're
Yeah.
just kind of mocking the whole idea of what they believe. Like, it happened to you, and that's what you believe in. Like, you
Yeah.
believe in gun violence. We don't.
Yeah, because yeah, you're right. Because just going back to the fact that like of where you draw the line in the sand, it's like we talked about the rapist. It's like, of course that guy deserved it. That guy did heinous things. Those were acts.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you want to say that Charlie Kirk was spewing hateful speech and all this, I was like, that's all it was speech. It was just words.
Mm-hmm.
To get that to that level over somebody over words is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like a child molester we had to compare to a guy who killed and raped 30 kids. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
But to be fair, and I'm not necessarily defending the left, but I understand the idea that words have power.
I understand. Yeah, you're right.
He's changing people's minds that are collectively affecting the world and the world they live in by voting certain people in that are passing certain policies and laws or taking away certain things that they believe in their value system is important to them, that they're willing to champion a cause for. And then there's just the opposition. And both of them it's like a Naruto villain or any anime villain, to where I'm not evil. I believe that I'm right, and I want these things to be true in reality. We want to make them a reality.
Yeah.
That's how we want to live. And it's just that you don't like it. There's been times in society where it was okay to have boy lovers.
Yeah.
And that it not only wasn't normal, it was like socially acceptable because everyone was doing it.
yeah.
But that doesn't make it good.
Yeah.
And I'm not comparing one side or the other right now to that, but it's like there are things that can exist where, and that's the whole thing. Like those people didn't think there was anything wrong with it. They didn't think it was evil, and they didn't think it was wrong, and they thought that it was kind of good.
Yeah.
And then another side was just like, no, dude, that's fucking weird. Don't do that.
Yeah, dude, that shit was fucked. Yeah.
And that's what life will be forever. It has to be. It's gonna be a changing of power of the changing of minds. Every system of power is going to have like a certain hive mind of like, this is just the majority right now.
I don't know if it has to be, but it always will be.
True.
I will admit that.
No, that's a good way to put it.
Because, yeah, I don't know if it has to be. Like, I do believe that, like, maybe not in a perfect world to where we all agree, but to where, like, I think I believe in what he may have been trying as far as, like, we should all at least be able to have a conversation.
Agreed.
Whether we disagree on things or not. Like, even me and you, we're best friends. Me and Randy have been best friends for fucking years, decades.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean I agree fully with everything that Randy does.
Yeah.
And same thing vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but we're able to sit here and hang out and still do things together, have a conversation and do all this stuff.
And have disagreements.
Exactly. Me and Randy disagree all the time. We do it on the fucking podcast all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just last night. I had to argue with his wife about the fact that I'm not in love with J-Lo.
You are, but that's besides the point.
God damn it.
But even
Yeah.
those are very like frivolous things. Because to be honest, we've never really got into what we wholeheartedly believe. As far as if you dig deep enough into our cores, like the things that we are, whether we're consciously or unconsciously aware of the line in the sands
Yeah.
of what we are willing to not only champion but die for. Like one of them, I know we both agree on, but it's just giving an example of we would both protect our loved ones with our life, physically, mentally, everything. Like we would give our lives, and we would feel completely 100% fine of like protecting our family, and like innocent individuals. Period, like children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now, I know that's something. But if you kind of chisel out all the questions of like, but what about this? Because this is something people would die for. There's probably going to be one that we're like, I don't do. This is the way I am, but I wouldn't do
exactly.
that. But and maybe we would try to like, I don't know if necessarily solicit, but maybe at least explain our reasoning.
Yeah,
and kind of like maybe if you see it this way, you'll think of it differently. But there might not be. You know, it could be like, I see what you're saying, but I'm going to believe what I'm going to believe anyway.
Yeah, of course.
And I would never say like, well, I'm going to get a law passed saying that you can't do that. It's like, what?
I'm going to do it.
That doesn't make any sense. So like, yeah, we're going to change society by like making sure you can't.
You shouldn't drink coffee. It's gross. So we're just going to get rid of it.
But I like
No,
coffee.
I don't care. Yeah, but it's gross.
You're like, but I don't like coffee.
Yeah, I don't like it though. It's gross.
But
It's just gross.
can I
It comes from the dirt.
I say something? No.
It comes from the dirt.
Yeah.
It's dirt, essentially.
All right, man. Well,
Yeah. Let's shake hands on
shake
this.
hands.
Agree to disagree.
Love you.
Oh my god.
Ooh, baby.